Good morning, Gooners. This is in the North Bank. This is the afterthought. It's Monday, almost back to work, and make the most of the last day of the Christmas break. So here it goes. So, after New Year's Day, obviously we played the best game that I've seen Arsenal play in the entirety. I reckon. I think we played very well the whole game as a team. The pressing, the whole kind of energy within the team, and to come away with no points from that performance, and we've been crying out for a performance against a big team for many years, and really disappointed that a game as excellent as it was, because don't forget, Man City are a great team as well, but the game itself was a really good game, and to be decided by a guy not even in the stadium, and by the officials, was a kick in the teeth, really, for all those players. Started off really well. As I say, we had a couple of awkward moments early on. I think White was caught out just covering the flanks, kind of after he'd put the ball forward, and then he kind of didn't get back into position early enough, and then De Bruyne, I think, had threaded the ball through to Sterling, who was just going into the box, and luckily Gabriel was there to kind of cover him and clear the ball out. But there were a couple of chances for them, really. They were mixing up the corners, so they were making a short corner to then kind of swing the ball in from a deeper area rather than directly from the corner, and that caused a couple of problems. There was a flick in. There was even a cross, I think, had come in, and it was headed wide, and we were getting beaten in the box from those. But overall, I thought we dealt really well with the threat of City, and after 9 minutes, you think that is a stonewall penalty. It was a lovely move as well, and you just saw it, and we could see it. Everyone could see it. The camera angle that they actually showed could see it, where Odegaard had planted his leg in front of Ederson's foot that was coming through and the ball. So his foot was through in between the ball and Ederson. So Ederson, if he's going to get the ball, he's had to come through Odegaard. And if that happens, the letter of the law is it has to be a penalty. It's got to be a foul. It wasn't given. It wasn't reviewed. But we'll go into that afterwards. But it's just really odd. And the game went on, and we had some good spells within that half, and I thought we dealt with City and the press really well, and the way they like to play. I thought the tactics we employed were spot on. I think we were really good in when we chose to press, allow them to have the ball in their own half, with the exception of if you're close enough, then let's go and press. If you're not, then just get in a shape, get in a deep shape, and get ready. As soon as that ball crosses the line, then there you've got your little triggers to kind of go and press the ball. You had Xhaka, you had Partey that were kind of drifting in and out to pick up any players that were drifting off around the sides, and it worked really well. You'd have one kind of covering for the other, and it was really pleasing to see Odegaard really kind of holding on Rodri, and it was really decent to see, and it showed that the team has come a long way, and I think there was nothing but pride. I think through that performance, but on 30 minutes, again another example of us winning the ball from real good pressing, and then a couple of good little passes within midfield. Xhaka playing the ball to Odegaard, and then switching the play back out to wide on the left, and then the ball comes in, and Saka for Chile. Yeah, he's pretty damn cool, isn't he? He's just, the ball comes into him, and you think, oh, just keep it on target, and it just done it. Just like that, man. It was just like first time finish, straight into the corner, and it was a really nice finish to give us the lead. And we had some chances. We had some chances after that, and it was one of those games where we just need to really kind of push through with those chances and take them, and don't get me wrong, we could easily do better, but yeah, we had it in control. Let's put it this way. In that first half, we really did well to keep the game within our own way, and that was what it was. It was but yeah, I'm just looking at the Saka goal now. This is taking my focus. It was just really nice just to watch it. It was a thing of beauty, but we had moments to maybe say increase the score, and yeah, going into the second half again, I thought we were doing really well. 7 minutes into that second half, yeah, we can look at the ifs and buts and how it transpired, and you're suddenly thinking, yeah, all right, Xhaka, again, he's covered for a player that's out of position in Tierney, and yeah, you've got to engage in that runner in behind. City are clever like that, and they do have the players that run behind. So he's there. He's again, he's stood up the player. He's against the player that's got quick feet. If he lets the player go, it goes past him. All right, you may say that Gabriel is flying across, but what say Gabriel comes flying across and takes out the defender? I don't know. You've got to try and really kind of put the pressure on that player with the ball, and Jack has only done what many players have done when they're in the box. It's not like he's done something totally totally different to others. I've seen 7, 8 different Arsenal players do exactly the same thing, and I've seen 50 to 100 other players from other teams do exactly what Xhaka had done. There's always shirt pulling. Yeah, there's a bit of contact. The knees again. It was all exaggerated, and I say if there was no hand on the shirt, and the player went down like that, and the people saying, "Oh, yeah, he's clashed knees, he's contact on his knees," that wouldn't have been given as a penalty. The fall was really exaggerated, and it was almost laughable. It was just like he planted his feet and then just flopped, and it reminded me of like Harry Kane. He just he'd park his backside out, stick his feet down, and soon wait for contact. Then it'll just suddenly just go straight over. But yeah, that wasn't what that, and even the shirt pull. And if they're saying that's the evidence because there's a shirt pull, but then you suddenly see the dive, and the dive doesn't warrant the shirt pull or the contact from the shirt pull, totally defying the laws of physics. But it was given. Again, you get the lambasting of Xhaka. It's all Xhaka's fault. It's all this. He's rubbish. He's this. He's that. He's put in four performances that have been really decent in the middle, and again, I don't get the animosity between him. It's not like he's been really, really bad, and this is the problem. It's almost waiting for someone. It reminds me of like the fans that are kind of waiting for Arsenal to lose because they want to bash Arteta, the Arteta out crew, and it's one result, and they're suddenly like they're sharpening their knives, and they're ready for it, and it's like, well, just come on. You look at the midfield at the minute; it's probably the best it's been this season, and you've suddenly got Partey coming back, and he's now starting to show, and that game was a real brilliant display. He pick up the ball, the run in, he was everywhere, and it was really good. It's a shame to see him go to the African nations now, and we miss him because he's come on. They've got a little partnership, Xhaka and Partey. So yeah, disappointed to see him go, but there's chemistry there from the whole team, and you can see it, and that game showed it. There's some good stuff going on within the group, and yeah, it was really sad to see, and you see that side of things, and you look at it and you think from that kind of moment, yeah, we got to 1-1. We never actually saw the game pan out at 1-1. Yeah. Within 2 minutes, we've then got the awkward decision of the referee then giving the red card. And this is where I think the referees kind of, well, to be honest, the red card, both cards were silly, and totally mental. I think why Gabriel thinks he needs to do that to the penalty spot, I have no idea. So yeah, I don't. I have to question his judgment there, because you look at that whole kind of instance. He's been given that yellow card, and yeah, we've I don't know. It's just really, really frustrating. He's given the yellow card for doing that, which, yeah, it's a silly thing to do, but it is a yellow card. There's no need to do it. But he gets a yellow card. He's now under pressure for the rest of the game. 5 minutes left of the game, in a critical kind of time where we need to knuckle down. So he's got that yellow card, and then they score the penalty. The game goes up the other end, and City nearly score the own goal. Atwell then becomes a City defender and runs in front of Martinelli, and Martinelli again he just can't react quick enough, but it's on his left as well, and he hits the post, or the outside of the post. So, and then a minute later, anyone can see what was going on with Jesus, and the guy's Gabriel's about 10 yards away from Jesus before he's even got the ball. Jesus has kind of chested the ball down to turn, and rather than slowing down, he's charged in like a locomotive. Absolutely mad to just jump in and dive in like that. And those two defenders, I mean, we're talking about Jack has lost his head. He didn't lose his head. He hasn't lost his head on that game. I thought he was very, very good throughout. It was solid. But those two decisions from our centre-back were those of someone that had lost his head. Lost his cool. And it isn't the first time. He has done that before. And you just look at it and you think there's no real kind of witch hunt on him. And you're suddenly thinking they were really silly things to do. They were really silly things to have done. The first yellow card was massive, and then for him he knows Jesus from Brazil, in the Brazil team. He knows he's quick and he's gonna put his body in front of the ball and try and move. So why is he rushing in like that? Under 2 minutes from when he got the yellow card. And as I say, he was about 10 yards away from him when he started sprinting towards him. And from the contact with the ball with Jesus, and Jesus then turning, he hasn't stopped or even slowed down. That's one of the main points of defending. You accelerate and you decelerate. You don't go charging in. Certainly on a yellow card. And that changed the game. The whole kind of what we've built up on. Yeah, we built the way we were playing through the shape and everything about it. And that then meant we actually had to change shape massively. And yeah, City made a change straight away. So they put on Gundogan, so he come and played in the middle, which made it incredibly hard for Arsenal because there was another player in that middle of the pitch, and Arsenal brought on Holding for Odegaard, who was one of our better players, and he had that real good role of playing against Rodri, and it just seemed like every tackle that we would be making would have been a yellow card, and City would make a foul, be it tactical fouling, whatever, or any kind of tackle. They wouldn't get punished. They didn't get a yellow card until injury time, which was a little bit silly considering there was a couple of naughty tackles that had gone in. But yeah, I just look at it really, really bad. It was just real bad moment on that. And again, we question about the captaincy and who are the candidates for being the new captain of Arsenal. And Gabriel was one of those players. And from that decision, that shows that he's not ready, or he's not going to be in the running for that responsibility, because you need to be able to depend on that player, and he needs to set example. And he lost his head even when he got sent off. He couldn't believe it, and it was like, well, I don't know what do you expect the referee to do? Shake your hand? I don't know. Yeah, you could see he was absolutely going mad on the touchline as he walked off down the tunnel. But yeah, there's only one person to blame, and that was Gabriel. That was you, Gabriel. Yeah, you done what you did. No one asked you to do what you did. It was your mistake. But I'm not going to sit there and say again he cost us the game, because we know what we're up against City. It only takes one or a couple of seconds to go behind against City. But in a normal game, but when we're down to 10 men for the second time this season against them, it makes it an incredibly different game. And yeah, it was backs to the wall kind of stuff towards the end. City had more and more possession. I think that's why the possession stats looked a lot worse than if we had 11 men, because yeah, it all changed. It all changed in that kind of 5-minute spell. And yeah, for City to have 72% possession, it showed that Arsenal were holding back. They were kind of just allowing them to have the ball, and then we were playing on the counter attack. And yeah, it was frustrating, but you can understand, or you could certainly see it coming. And it was one of those where we had a chance, but late on, I think it was Martinelli. I think Partey had burst forward again, and let's say he was an absolute beast, and he was waiting for players to come around him and then squared the ball. But yeah, Martinelli's first touch meant Edison was able to come through and get it clear. But yeah, the latter part of the game was, yeah, it was real kind of battle stations. And for Man City to score 3 minutes into 6, again, you just look at it and you think, again, the bounce, the rub of the green, how that ball come to him. It was, yeah, there was a lot of luck there on that side, but he's poked it in, and yeah, he then went off and celebrated in front of the Arsenal fans, which again, was that needed? It's just, yeah, really silly, considering that you've got the City fans the other side of that half. You're suddenly thinking, why do that? Why rub the noses in? You know what I mean? Why do that? And yeah, just that's just silly. But yeah, no, I thought we'd done fantastic in that first half. And just to repeat, there was no player that was responsible for us losing. Yeah, I from a performance that good for that large part of the game, then I don't want to see fault on the players. I want to focus on the positives, and the positives were that we matched Man City, and if not, we're better than them. Yeah, so, and we talk about how far Arsenal have come, where we are, and what we are, and what they are. And we know that they are playing in the highest echelon. Yeah, they're in the Champions League. They're challenging for the title. We are on the up. We are aiming to be where they are. Yeah, so that's still a couple of years away from coming about. I think, in all honesty, I still think we need this transfer window this month. We need our summer transfer window, and then we need another 2 to 3 big transfer windows where we do look at the positions where what we've got and the players that we have, and yeah, there will be some upgrades in players, but we have to understand these players are Arsenal. These players put on the red and white. Yeah, so we support them no matter what. Yeah, at the end of the day, they're still there. They're still our players. So until they get sold, or until they are told that they're no longer needed, or we have a better player to play in front, then I will continue supporting them and I'll back them. And I don't like witch hunts, and I don't like the negative side of things. And I've read loads of stuff. I've seen loads of stuff, and how you can justify real kind of like lambasting one player for a decision that, yeah, I'd say 7 out of 10 players would do exactly the same as to what, say, Xhaka had done. And again, you're trying to stop the player going past. Yeah, you're trying not to foul him, and he hasn't really gone into him and totally pulled him. I can understand if that pull was, and you saw the player coming with that shirt pull. Yeah, they say then that's mental. But how much of a hindrance was that pull? And you're suddenly thinking he's being absolutely caned for a shirt pull when, well, hang on a minute, that had no bearing on it whatsoever. The guy knew exactly what he was doing, and VAR stepped in. And this is the other thing I wanted to talk about on this side is VAR. What is it all about? I don't know. They say it's to sort out clear and obvious errors. It's not there to re-referee the game. But you see two penalty situations given in that match. The referee on the pitch gave neither, so he waved them both away, and VAR looked at one of them and referred the referee to the screen. VAR also looked at R1 earlier in the game and chose to say that there wasn't a clear and obvious error. And yeah, I question that, because you look at the angles that VAR had, and that was 4 or 5 different angles, and you then saw the one that come out where you did see Odegaard plant his foot down in front of the ball and Ederson, and as Ederson come through, he would have to kick through Odegaard's foot, and that showed the contact straight away. Whereas if that had gone to, if they would have said, I'm going to refer this to the referee on the pitch, then it would have been a real kind of issue in the game, because they would have given him an angle that would have been inconclusive. I can 100% tell you they almost feed the narrative to that on-field referee. And yeah, the City penalty, they gave him the one angle which showed the shirt pull, but they then didn't show the angle of his exaggerated dive, which again comes into it, and you're suddenly thinking, well, this is, they're trying to guide, they're taking the emphasis from the on-field referee, but then not having the corners to make the decision themselves, to then dilute the issue by only giving, say, one camera angle to the on-field referee again. And you're suddenly thinking, well, yeah, they're not wanting, they're hiding away from giving the decision with all the angles that they've got, but they're then passing the decision to the referee with only one. So yeah, really, really disappointing from VAR, and I'm gonna do a special on VAR and my thoughts on what it should be down the line, because it's inconsistency after inconsistency, and it works in other sports, so why can we not make it work in football? Well, it does work in certain parts of football, but why have the Premier League and why have the English referees body made an absolute mess, a pig's ear, a pig's dinner of VAR? Yeah, that's something to discuss afterwards. But again, I'm not going to take anything away. If that was the start of 2022, then I'm really happy. Didn't get the 3 points, but the performance shows that we're in for something special in 2022 with this group of players. If they keep building, there's going to be some good things coming about. So yeah, heads up, Gooners. We've got Liverpool on Thursday in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup. So we've got a great chance to get to, well, not a great chance. Well, we don't know what side Liverpool are going to put out, but yeah, they look like they've got a few cases of COVID, and African nations has come around for them as well. So yeah, Thursday, it's a cup period now. We've got 2 games in the Carabao Cup, along with the FA Cup game against Nottingham Forest. So league is put on the back burner for now. But yep, you're watching in the North Bank. This has been the Afterthought, and yeah, up the Arsenal.